Hey there, Brew Crew. Welcome back to my Brew City Garden. It's Mother's Day here at the garden, so before we start the cookouts and the hugs and kisses, I've got some work to do. There's a few things I want to do today in the garden. First, I want to check the temperature of the straw bales. The conditioning process went great, but we ran into a little bit of issue in the last 48 hours. We have had downpour after downpour of rain, up to 5 inches. So I'm not sure where we're at on the bales now. The cooking may have stopped, and I may have to add a little more of the all-purpose fertilizer just to make me feel better. Because as of right now, I feel like we're just fertilizing the ground, and I'm gonna have grass as tall as me. But we'll find out. A couple other things I wanna do today is get my containers ready, and I wanna try a new garden tool that I picked up online and see how well it works. I don't know, we'll find out. And lastly, I just want to pull some weeds and add some amendments to the back garden bed. Hopefully that'll take care of it for today and we can fire up the grill. All right guys, let's go. So I went ahead and took the temperature of every bale here in the garden, and all of them are rating approximately the same temperature, which is ambient. So that tells me all of the conditioning, the breakdown, compost, cooking process, so to speak, is finished in these bales. Now, whether that's due to the excess amount of rain that we've had, or if they were just ready to cool down, which I think is the more likely scenario, or at least a combination of both. So I'm not worried about that, and I'm sure these bales are going to grow plants wonderfully this year. As I look, I see there's still a lot of top dressing fertilizer on these bales. So as worried as I was about the rain washing all this stuff through, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave them and not add any more at this time. However, we will be adding more fertilizer to the back garden. Okay, so the first thing I wanna do is pull as many of these weeds as I can out of this garden. And then we're gonna add a little bit of the high nitrogen fertilizer just to help get this thing going for the year. Then we'll come back in about a week and add an all-purpose fertilizer. Another great thing about using straw in your garden bed, pulling weeds is super easy. And they come up roots and all. It works great. Look at this soil. Look how black, beautiful it is. Just perfect. That's what your straw will break down into. And this stuff is awesome. So I want to finish up my large planter project today. I took an old rain barrel 55-gallon drum that a neighbor gave me. I cut it in half and I painted it black. I want it to absorb heat because what I'm hoping to do is plant some sweet potatoes here, which don't normally grow in Wisconsin. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get my hands on some slips this year and we'll try it. But before I do anything, I got to put holes in the bottom of here for some good drainage. Now that these planters are totally ready to go, all I have to do is put some of last year's straw on here, pack it in tight, and plant. That's it, we're good to go. So check this thing out. Looks like something out of a horror movie, but I found it online and I thought it might be a good solution to a problem I've had for the last couple of years. What I have been doing is going and getting compost to fill these buckets, and then I would dump it into a large tub and add perlite and vermiculite and what other amendments that I wanted to add to it. I mixed it all up and put it back in the bucket, and I got 1 year out of it before I had to dump it out back. There's nothing wrong with this soil, and I spent a lot of time on putting these things together. I had no problems with blight or any other disease last year, so I really want to try to reuse these maybe for a couple years at a time. The problem is, with the old root in there, it's kind of tough. Now I think the winter killed everything off, froze the roots enough for them to break down, that hopefully Big Mama here can grind it all up and make my job a lot easier. Without having to dump everything out and remix it, I can just do it right here in the bucket and then top it off a little bit. Let's see if it works. Oh man, that's nice. All right. Okay, that worked way better than I expected. That's awesome. All right. So thanks again for joining me today at the Brew City Garden. I started out a little pessimistic today, but everything actually went a lot better than expected. I'm a happy guy, so it's almost planting time. Soon I'm going to bring my transplants out to be hardened off, and I'm going to start planting small seeds on top of the bales, such as carrots and whatnot. So make sure you tune in and follow up with me here at my Brew City Garden. Now it's time to go fire up that grill and give Mama a hug. All right, guys, we'll see you.